Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Other Castle.
The Other Castle. I'm Andrea.
And my name is Tom.
And here on The Other Castle, we do the plot, lore, and more behind all of your favorite video games, which means we cover who made it, why they made it, how they made it, and then the entire story of what happens in the game.
If this is your first time checking us out, you can go to our website, theothercastlepodcast.com.
That's theothercastlepodcast.com.
Over there, we have links to our Instagram, our Discord, our item shop, as well as our Patreon.
Ooh, what's going on over there?
We do monthly episodes both on and off season, and the off season is quickly approaching, as this is episode 8 of 10 this season.
Oh, already?
Yes, for as low as $2 a month with a 7-day free trial, you get access to our Patreon exclusive series, The Other Castle Side Quests.
That's where we cover the DLCs of games, we do history of games, we do moving commentaries, and we do some silly shit.
Yes, we do. And then at the $5 and above tier, you also get The Other Castle Plays Around, our video series.
And at all of our tiers, you get this episode a day early.
That is correct. And this episode is one that I have been waiting to do for so many seasons, and I don't know why I've put it off.
It's funny because you're a cat person.
Right. And this game is Sleeping Dogs.
Oh.
Now, the making of Sleeping Dogs is a wild ride, having started off as a title called Black Lotus. It was originally in development under Treyarch, who we learned all about in our Black Ops episode a couple weeks ago.
Oh, shit.
They set out to make an open world game, having learned how to make one with their massive hit, Spider-Man 2.
Flip.
This would be the studio's very first original title, having only made licensed games up to that point. It was to star a female assassin in Hong Kong, working her way through its criminal underworld.
Whoa.
The original game made the team at Treyarch very excited.
Hell yeah.
Activision, however, was, quite frankly, extremely sexist.
No way.
Saying that female-led games never sell well.
And what era is this?
This is around 2007.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they ignored the likes of Lara Croft, Samus Aran, Jill Valentine, Heather Mason, Tara Branford, Shell, Bayonetta, Faith Connors, Agent Bloodrain, Miss fucking Pac-Man, just to name a minuscule few. So, Treyarch was forced by Activision to abandon the project entirely and focus on Call of Duty Black Ops instead.
Zombies.
Truly, I had no idea these two games were connected in any way, shape, or form when we selected them for this season.
It kind of worked out that way,
Yeah,
right?
shit like this just always works out for us. So, 10 team-member Vancouver-based United Front Games was assigned by Activision to pick it up.
Okay.
They decided to change some things around given the reasons it was dropped.
Don't put girls in it.
Yeah, they changed the main character to a man first and foremost. For the story, they were inspired by Chinese cinema, like the Hong Kong-based Infernal Affairs, which was later adapted to The Departed, set in Boston, USA, and had been released right around that same time period.
That is my favorite movie.
Of all time.
Period.
With these changes, Activision gave them an influx of money, and they quickly expanded from 10 people to over 180.
They said you're going to make a game about a boy?
Yep.
Hire 170 more people? Jesus Christ.
Grand Theft Auto was the big name in gaming back then, just as it is today, and they set out to make a game in that same genre. But unlike GTA and others like it, they wanted to build out a city unfamiliar to Western gamers, keeping the Hong Kong setting of the original concept. They would watch John Woo movies, speak with expats, and even visit the city itself for extended periods of time to get the best feel for it possible to translate to the screen.
What a great work trip.
Oh, right.
I am here just to vibe.
Yeah. It's a vibe trip.
Truly.
But Activision still had issues with it. They didn't trust original properties to come out the gate swinging. What they did have, though, was their true crime series of games. It was floundering but familiar, hoping that it could revitalize the nearly dead franchise with this new fresh take, titling it simply, True Crime Hong Kong.
That's pretty straightforward.
They announced the game to try and steal press from the recently released GTA 4, and nobody seemed to give a shit.
Ah, shit, there they go again.
Especially with the announcement of the first Red Dead Redemption coming in to steal the spotlight. Activision said that they won't waste their time on something they think won't be a massive success, and abandoned the project entirely, canceling the game.
Oh, that sucks.
despite it being nearly complete.
Shut up. So they're like, but we're almost done. They went, nah.
Too bad. United Front was pissed, as it resulted in them cutting 120 team members due to the lack of funding.
No.
So they started shopping it around. Their first meeting was with Square Enix, who bought the rights to the game then and there, completely blown away by what the team had put together so far, calling Activision a bunch of idiots for giving up on it,
Absolutely.
giving them enough money to hire back half the people they had laid off,
Okay.
as well as support from Square Enix London. But they couldn't use the True Crime title, as it belonged to Activision outright, changing it to Sleeping Dogs, in reference to the old saying, let sleeping dogs lie. They used the money to finish the polish, hire some excellent voice talent, and port it to every available platform at the time, being PS3, Xbox 360, PC, and even Mac computers. They promoted the fuck out of it too, making exclusive giveaways for GameStop, Walmart, Target, and Steam. Reviews started coming in, and people were praising the game for its unique take on combat, setting, and overall engaging story, receiving an average 8 out of 10 from most reviewers.
Hell yeah.
Even if it was a tad derivative of Chinese film, which were only popular with foreign film nerds anyway.
So it's like, if you know, you know, but if you don't, this is fucking mind-blowing.
Yeah. It released in August 2012 and fell flat on its fucking face.
Oh, no.
Activision was kind of right in the end. Being an original title that looked like another GTA clone made people not give a shit.
Fuck, that sucks.
Selling just about 1 million copies in its first year.
Which, like, in other studios' context would be fantastic, but because they had so many people working on it and such a long production pipeline, they were in the hole.
Yeah, it was nowhere near enough for a game that went through so many barrels of dollars to produce.
They would have probably had to move, what, like 3 to 4 million to break even?
Easily. I mean, this was
Fuck.
like, it was probably considered AAA even for the time.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Now, granted, it was toward the end of that generation of consoles' life cycle. And in 2014, they released the definitive edition on PS4, Xbone, and PC. But the reviews for those were in the 7 out of 10s.
Oh, they lost a point.
Yeah, as it didn't really upgrade much more than the graphics. Plus, GTA 5 had come out by then, raising the bar for open world games. Truly, Grand Theft Auto stole any thunder this game could have possibly generated every step of the way.
Which is interesting now that we're in the cycle of GTA 6 about to come out, and there are so many games coming out in the back half of 2026, and we're like, what do they know?
Yeah. Right?
Does this game suck? Is it going to move into 27? Like, why are there so many coming for the crown when we know GTA 6 is going to be a fucking cultural land bomb?
Juggernaut,
yeah.
right?
What are we doing here?
It wasn't until it was made available for PlayStation Plus as a free download did most people discover it, myself included.
So they go the way of Days Gone.
Yeah.
Of like, fuck, we put so much into this. It came out. The people that get it. The people that don't simply moved on with their lives and went with the large AAA title of Last of Us, if we're going to keep with the comparisons.
Yeah.
But then when it comes out for free, people are like, oh, wait, this was fucking fun.
This was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted a GTA fix, and holy shit, I got it.
Okay, so it lived up to what it was swinging for.
Yeah, Sleeping Dogs completely blew my mind away, and I have spoken very highly of it ever since.
Nice.
Today, it's still only sold around 4 million copies.
In the past, 14 years?
Yeah, and as of this recording, you can pick it up for $3 on Steam.
Oh, that's a steal.
Which I very much recommend because it's a wonderful experience.
Yeah.
Since publishing, the game received 3 DLCs to try and keep it alive.
Okay.
One being compared to Undead Nightmare, with the protagonist dealing with a supernatural element in the city. There was a free-to-play, online-only semi-sequel called Triad Wars, released in 2015. It was riddled with microtransactions that pissed off a lot of people.
Oh, yeah, that sucks.
As it also seemed to go against the theme of Sleeping Dogs, lasting less than a year in its beta release. People hoped that meant a second title was on the way, but in 2016, with hardly any fanfare, United Front Games shut its doors for good.
That sucks.
The developers have said that they had the outline for a new game in the works, but because of the closure, never got to take it beyond the page.
No!
There is still some hope for Sleeping Dogs, however,
Okay.
as actor Simu Liu of Shang-Chi fame has the rights to a movie adaptation.
From Kim's Convenience?
Yeah.
I love him.
He is slated to star in it and has Nobody 2 director Timo Tjahjanto, I have no idea how to say his name, signed on as director.
Okay. Nobody 2 was genuinely kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's like how fun Nobody 1 was. Nobody 2 is just really campy.
Yeah. But it's a great, action movie as well.
Oh, yeah.
This has all been announced within the last 5 months of this recording, so it could still be some time before it happens. If it does.
I'm so never holding my breath on a video game adaptation anymore.
Yeah, given the history of this game, they're in for some serious developmental hell.
And what else is he doing, though?
Right?
The Avengers? Yeah, he's busy.
Yeah, he might be, but I mean, who knows how much time he's got. That movie's so much that they need to jam pack into that shit.
That's true. He worked for 4 days, but was in London for 8 months doing that bullshit.
In the meantime, Goombas, it's time to grab a steamy hot pork bun
Ooh.
and master the art of Kung Fu.
I love pork buns.
Because this is Sleeping Dogs. It's a dark and stormy night over the seaside docks of Hong Kong. 2 police officers watch a series of security cameras of a drug deal going down in one of the warehouses located there. They're watching 2 men approach the deal carrying a briefcase full of drugs, as the third one, a large round man, is waiting for them with a bag of money. A third officer is on a radio, speaking to the cops in Cantonese about what they're seeing, warning that the buyer is carrying a big-ass knife. But there's a problem. The warehouse's security guard enters the building just as the deal starts to go down, and the cops are hoping he won't interfere and blow the whole thing. A criminal like the buyer won't hesitate to kill someone like him. Just as the big man takes a hit of the drugs being offered, the security guard approaches, asking what the hell is going on. So the buyer pulls out his knife and hacks away at the poor unfortunate guard.
Fuck!
The other 2 panic, grab the bag of money, and sprint out of there, as the cops send in backup after watching the gruesome murder on the monitors. The police are yelling at each other not to let the dealers who just ran off get away, as the camera settles in behind one of the 2, and you take control of Wei Shen, one of the 2 men who came in carrying the briefcase of drugs.
That's a really cool kickoff.
The other dealer's name is Naz Singh, and you're given the prompt to follow him, as the 2 of you run through an active fish market in the downpour. You ask Naz why the cops showed up so damn fast, and he says they were probably after Wu, the crazy murderous fuck buyer. Parkour is a big part of this game, as the 2 of you leap and bound over obstacles in your way, running for your lives and freedom.
In 2012, parkour was a big part of all of our lives.
Yeah, right?
For some fucking reason.
Realizing that the cops are not just after Wu, but you as well. One pops up over a wall with a gun, and you effortlessly tackle and subdue him without ever breaking stride.
Hell yeah.
You climb a ladder onto the rooftops and start leaping from building to building. One of them gives out, sending you into the interior while Naz keeps going from above.
Do you think there's any shades of Spider-Man 2 that came out in the building hopping or any of the physics?
A little bit, but not much, because Treyarch didn't get very far
Okay.
into making the game when they got rid of it.
Gotcha. So that wasn't built into the structure.
Yeah.
They just made this cool as fuck.
You burst through a door to a dock, where you find Naz surrounded by police and getting handcuffed. So you turn tail and head in another direction, still carrying the bag of money. You smash through the doors of an apartment complex, interrupting family dinners, and when you make it to the other end, back outside, you see a dozen guns trained on you. You try to head back inside, but the rest of the cops are there, forcing you to give up and surrender. You're finally given a good look at your player character. A Chinese man with a strong jawline, short dark hair, and large black and gray chest tattoos sticking out of your tank top underneath a leather jacket.
Honestly, hot.
He is extraordinarily good looking. You sit in a shared jail cell with a bunch of other criminals as the opening credits begin to roll. One of the guys in there is about to get jumped when he sees you. He goes, "Hey, Wei! It's me, Jackie Ma from Old Prosperity." You stand and greet him as old friends, and the jumpers leave him alone.
He's about to get the shit kicked out of him. He's like, "Wait, that's my buddy." And they're like, never mind. He's got friends.
Jackie says after 15 years apart, "You look like shit, man. How you been?"
I'm sorry. So this is the equivalent of being in college and seeing someone from like first grade.
Yeah.
And we're recognizing them.
Yeah.
And you're in jail.
You tell him to fuck off and he laughs. Then he asks what happened. Did you get deported from the US? You tell him it was mutual.
That's deeply funny.
The two of you catch up and you ask if Jackie still runs around with any of their old crew from Old Prosperity. He says a couple, like your old buddy Winston. He moved up to the high rank of Red Pole within the Sun On Yee. You're surprised. Dog Eyes always said he'd be the one running things in the Sun On Yee. Jackie confirms Dog Eyes is also a Red Pole and an asshole. He was actually the one who vouched for Winston. Once Winston made Red Pole, he and Dog Eyes had a bit of a falling out. Jackie asks if Dog Eyes and your sister are still dating. You tell him not anymore, that ended a long time ago. Jackie reminisces about the time you stabbed Dog Eyes with a pen when you were kids, saving Jackie from an ass beating. Actually, he's never told Winston that story, and now that he remembers, he can't wait to tell him. Winston's gonna love it.
This is so cute.
An officer approaches the jail cell, calling for Jackie, and he departs, saying to look him up once you're out of here. He and Winston would love to work with you, just like old times. You're next in an interrogation room with your hands bound behind your back. Two cops enter the room. One American, one Chinese. With the American saying that all evidence against you has suddenly vanished. Wondering how powerful you must be to make that happen. The Chinese one disconnects the security camera, and the American says that is exactly what they want people on the outside to think. He hopes his men weren't too rough on you. You tell him you should be checking on the cops because you went pretty hard on a couple of them. They're really out of shape. You say it paid off, though. You're now in with Jackie Ma and Winston Chu, which is exactly what they wanted, as they're after Winston.
Oh, no.
The American's name is Thomas Pendrew, and he says you'll be reporting to Raymond Mak, the Chinese officer in the room. They both work for Hong Kong PD, with Raymond being a chief inspector, and Thomas the head of anti-triad undercover operations. Raymond says Winston is currently looking for some muscle. You tell him you know what you're doing. This was your job back in the US after all. He says US Triad is nothing like Hong Kong Triad. The Sun On Yee, in particular, is far and away the most powerful gang in the city of 7 million people. You tell him you literally grew up with these people. You know them better than any report he could read on them. Raymond says good, because he needs the Red Poles, which are their lieutenants, like your old pal Winston. But most of all, they want to take down the leader of the whole organization, the chairman. Thomas says they've tried to infiltrate before and it didn't go well, which is why they recruited you. Someone who grew up with a couple of his Red Poles and has your experience infiltrating gangs. They can't think of anyone else that could pull this off. You say that the sooner you're out of this police station, the sooner you can get to work. You leave the room, and Thomas wishes you luck. But the scene remains in the room with Thomas and Raymond. Ray doesn't trust you, saying your file shows you have a tendency to go to extremely violent and erratic lengths. Thomas agrees, saying that your tactics also produce a lot of fucking convictions, which is what they need right now. Raymond points out that you blame the Triads for the downfall of your family. This whole thing could turn into a revenge mission for you. Thomas tells Raymond to calm down. That's actually why you are perfect for this job. Finally ending the scene. Out on the streets, you meet up with Jackie, who says he tried finding you on the internet a couple years back, wondering if America even has it.
And like, do we?
Right? You tell him you heard they're getting it next year, maybe? Those bastards are so far behind in tech. Jackie heard that was true and says he'll take you to see Winston, so you follow behind. The two of you stroll through a bustling market with tight alleyways and tall buildings full of homes. Jackie catches you up on the local gang ties in the area, saying Winston runs this part of town, but Dog Eyes is trying to creep in despite being on the same side. Dog Eyes wants to be number one, and is even willing to take over an ally's territory to do so. There's also a lot of distrust of outsiders right now, as they recently found out one of their own was working for the cops.
Oh, shit.
From what he heard, the guy's death was very slow and extremely painful. You're like, damn, that's crazy.
Sucks to be that guy.
The two of you enter a building where a bunch of guys are waiting to fuck up Jackie for reasons.
Just because, like, why not?
Honestly, he's such a scrawny little weasel. He has enemies all over town.
He's just one of those guys.
Yeah. They start fucking with him, leading to you showing off your remarkable kung fu skills. An area where this game absolutely shines. While there are guns you will use, the hand-to-hand combat is the main fighting style. And it puts pretty much every other GTA-like to shame.
Hell yeah.
Including Grand Theft Auto itself in every iteration.
GTA's hand-to-hand combat's really just punch, 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 in all fairness.
It's not very good at all.
Yeah, it shines in the guns.
Yeah, but not the punching.
Not the punching.
Yeah, the fighting here feels closer to the Arkham or Spider-Man games.
Okay.
Using the environment to your advantage, throwing people against walls, smashing their heads into things, closing doors on their bodies, shattering their bones, that kind of thing.
That's always so satisfying to do environmental kills.
Yeah. As you are the last man standing after the scuffle, Jackie wonders just what the fuck happened to you in the US. You help him up and tell him to take you to Winston. He takes you to a shitty, run-down, counter-style restaurant called the Golden Koi. Winston's mom owns it. He's sitting in the back of the table, muscular with a dyed blonde, high and tight haircut. One of his boys stops you, saying outsiders are not welcome. Jackie tells him you're not an outsider, you're from Old Prosperity like all of them. You've just been gone for 15 years. Winston speaks up, saying he doesn't remember you at all. Jackie vouches, saying you just beat up like 10 of Dog Eyes' men, which impresses Winston, because he hates Dog Eyes. You tell him that you got jumped, and they regret doing that. Sounds like Winston needs better help, which makes Winston's bodyguard upset, calling you a cocky little fucker.
Yeah, but you weren't doing your job.
Winston says that he remembers Mimi Shen from Old Prosperity, wondering if you're her brother. You confirm that she's your sister, and Winston adds that he remembers her dating Dog Eyes. She was smoking hot, wondering what she's up to these days. Stone-faced, you tell him she's dead.
Oh, shit.
He's like, oh, shit. Sorry about that.
Well, she used to be really hot.
Then he switches subjects to you beating up 10 guys by yourself. He wants to test your skills, telling his guard Conroy to take you into the market. They've had a problem with some assholes there, and he wants to see if you can handle it. You do that, then he'd be willing to talk. Conroy shoulder checks you on the way out, as Winston tells Jackie to hang back so he can learn more about you. Conroy brings you to an alley, where he and his friend attack you.
Oh my god.
Saying he wants to see for himself just how tough you are.
So, we've had a couple initiation games. We've done a lot of organized crime in the last 2 seasons or so.
Yeah.
To varying degrees of, like, the old country. In turn of the century Sicily, where there was, like, months of indentured servitude.
Right.
And then, like, a blood ceremony. All the way up to, like, 1930s fake Chicago, where they're kind of just like, do you want to be in the gang? Okay, let's be best friends. And now we're in, and this is presumably present time, so it's like the 2010s in Hong Kong, and they're like, we're gonna beat the shit out of you after you beat the shit out of like 10 dudes to see if you're game.
Yeah, gotta jump you in.
Jesus Christ.
Well, after whipping the shit out of you, Winston comes out asking what the fuck. Conroy gets up saying the two of you were just leaving, nothing going on, don't worry about it. But you don't leave, as 3 men enter the alley laughing, with their obvious leader saying, but it was just getting interesting. Winston addresses the leader, a douchey-looking guy covered in tattoos with a pencil-thin mustache and chin dirt, wearing a diamond chain necklace and a fedora.
I was gonna ask if he was cool until you said fedora. I was like, it could work. Never mind.
He addresses him as Dog Eyes, asking what the fuck does he want. He says he's here to make a deal. No reason the two of them should be fighting over territory. They can share the night market, both being Sun On Yee after all. Then he notices you, asking who the new guy is. Winston says you're Mimi Shen's brother. He should remember Mimi. They met back when Dog Eyes was trafficking girls for Big Smile Lee, another red pole of Sun On Yee, before Dog Eyes became one himself. He says, of course he remembers Mimi. First girl to ever suck his cock.
He's gonna get his fucking teeth battered in. Oh no.
You step up saying, and I was the first guy who ever stabbed you. Remember that? Dog Eyes backs up saying, I apologize, Wei. I'm really sorry that your sister blew me.
Okay, honestly. Yeah, man.
Winston pushes you back from advancing, telling Dog Eyes that the deal was he gets his neighborhoods and stays out of Winston's. So stay the fuck out. Dog Eyes smiles, and as he departs, says to tell Mimi to call him. He wouldn't mind giving her another mouthful.
Oh my god!
You turn to Winston saying, so Dog Eyes hasn't changed? He says that he actually has. They used to be friends. Winston is pissed off, telling Jackie to take you into the night market and make sure everyone knows this is Winston's territory and not Dog Eyes. Anyone pushes back, fuck him up.
You already have assignments.
Yeah,
like,
right?
There wasn't... You got jumped in and you're like immediately hit the ground running.
The two of you head into the market and Jackie asks how Mimi died. You tell him Dog Eyes got her hooked on drugs when they were together.
Oh.
Your mom thought moving to the US would help her kick the addiction. But she just found more there and eventually OD'd.
Oh, that's awful. Are they specific about what drugs?
Not really, no. There's later, like, they talk about a needle, so it might be heroin.
Okay. Oh, that's terrible.
Winston runs a classic mafia tactic here in the night market, offering quote-unquote protection for a fee.
Classic.
So you and Jackie go around collecting red envelopes full of cash.
Putting them in red envelopes is cute.
Yeah, red envelopes with money inside being a tradition in China, usually given at Lunar New Year, weddings, birthdays, pretty much any celebration.
And like in most cases from elders or adults to children or younger people.
Yeah, it symbolizes both prosperity as well as the warding off of evil spirits.
I miss getting those. Like I definitely aged out way too quick.
Some of the vendors pay up right away. Others push back, saying they're paying Dog Eyes now, resulting in them calling for help from Dog Eyes' men, and you making sure they eat through a straw for a few weeks.
Oh shit.
Conroy shows up, saying he's been watching you handle shit, saying he's not impressed.
He's so hard to win over.
You roll your eyes at him and he tells Jackie to come with him and leave you to handle shit on your own. This opens up side quests for you, doing favors for some of the vendors under Winston's protection, eventually leading you back to the Golden Koi on your own. Winston says there's a local ketamine dealer in town named Ming, who has switched sides to Dog Eyes, and he needs you to make him understand that was a mistake.
I know ketamine was big in the 2010s.
Right? They were calling it Special K.
Oh, that's corny.
Yeah. So you hunt him down and beat the ever-living shit out of him and his boys. But this results in the cops being called, as you shoved a few of those guys' faces into the spinning blades of air conditioning units.
That's gnarly.
In jail, you're confronted by a woman officer named Inspector Tang. She reads off your rap sheet, spanning the last 15 years, including your many offenses in San Francisco, saying you could have started over when you got here, and there's still time to turn over a new leaf here in Hong Kong. You laugh, saying you should have gone to art school, become a real somebody. Thomas Pendrew enters the room, and Tang snaps to attention, saying that she's in the middle of an interrogation. He tells her to stand down and release you. She gets pissed, saying you're Sun On Yee, and she has proof. He tells her to shut up. You're a cop. You blow up at him, saying that he should have said that a little louder. There were probably a few people down the street who didn't hear him blow your cover just now. He tells Tang she's now on the inside and not to get in the way again.
Yeah, but that's still way too flippant. To
Yeah,
be like,
right?
He's telling a beat cop who's like on the streets every day to be cool with that guy. Like,
Yeah.
And we just met this girl. We don't know. We can't gauge if she's going to be chill or not and be like, oh, there's Wei. Wink, wink. How's the crime?
Entirely your argument with him, too. Like, I don't fucking know this woman.
Yeah, we just met.
Then he turns to you, saying to stop getting into fucking trouble. He can't bail you out every time. It'll raise suspicion.
Do you know what Wei's job is?
It's to get into trouble.
Yeah.
He's like, at least don't get caught.
No one is respectful of what his goal is in this game right now.
Not even remotely. Then he sends you back out into the streets. You meet up with Jackie the next day, saying that you can't be running errands for Winston. You were a pretty high-level guy back in the US. You're way too good for this low-level hood shit. Jackie says that you're just paying your dues, and eventually Winston will hook you both up with better opportunities.
You have to start at the bottom, like In and Out.
Yeah.
The mafia is In and Out.
Entirely. You tell him fuck that, and ask if there are any big deals going down that you can utilize to make a name for yourself. He says Dog Eyes has a shipment of stolen high-end watches coming in that you can totally steal and sell on your own. If you give the majority to Winston and never get caught through it all, it's going to make you shine like the star you are.
That's a fun job.
He'll have to promote you through the ranks after that. You tell him the only way you'll get caught is if Jackie fucks it all up, but agree that this sounds like a good fast track to move up. The two of you put on surgical masks to conceal your identities, but don't bother covering up your very identifiable tattoos, as you concuss the brutes guarding the shipment.
You know, that's like the first thing they put on police reports. It's like how tattooed you are and which ones are like the most recognizable. That's very funny.
No, you wear a tank top through the entire operation.
So like not even a t-shirt. Like your shoulders are out. Like you couldn't go to the Vatican in that.
Jackie grabs the goods and the two of you drive out of there. You open the case and inspect them and lose it on Jackie. They're all fucking counterfeit.
Oh my god.
He's like, no. Really? Oh shit, the cops, we gotta lose them. Leading to you needing to avoid getting caught once again.
That's so painful. Like, regrettably, it is like the perfect place to find counterfeit watches is like the night market in Hong Kong. Like, likely place for it to be shipped, but Jesus Christ, dude, that sucks.
After losing the police, Jackie says he's still going to sell the watches to his contact, hoping he won't notice they're fake.
No, you're about to get your ass beat. Like, go get your little pop-up tent, go to the night market, flip them for tourists, but don't try and flip them like they're not fake.
He gives you one saying you earned it. You're like, cool. A Folex.
It turns your wrist immediately green.
Right. Thanks, Jackie.
We're looking for a suspect with green wrists.
You leave him to make his deal and head back to Winston. Winston is impressed with how you handled the night market and the drug dealer, and gives you a new territory to patrol. A taxi bus route, which I guess buses run like taxis there. I don't know.
Okay.
It's the most profitable one in the city. Dog Eyes is trying to take it over, so he sends you with Conroy to make sure they know it's not up for grabs. You tell Conroy that the mission is to maim, not to kill. You're not declaring war, just reclaiming territory. He says you remind him of someone, a guy who joined the crew a little while ago. Good fighter, didn't talk much, and wouldn't kill. Turned out he was a cop. They buried him alive in the end. Just saying.
They've brought this guy up twice now.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
After reclaiming the route, you head back to police headquarters to start piecing together the people you've met on your police board. That lady cop, Inspector Tang, shows up, asking if it's safe for you to be publicly entering and exiting. You assure her you were careful.
You go like full Batman, like you go in through the roof.
Yeah.
And shit.
You have information on a ketamine ring you needed to add to the investigation. That guy Ming you beat up the other night when you were busted. You didn't have time to add him to your board while you were here the other night.
You shouldn't have a board there. This should be a work from home situation.
Yeah, but also you don't want like having friends over and they go in the bathroom like, what the fuck is this?
They see
shit?
your crime shit. All right, that's fair.
Inspector Tang hates all the drugs in her city and agrees to help you if you need it, since she's in the know and you exchange numbers.
Is she cute?
Not really.
Okay, so
she's pretty plain.
This is not a love interest.
No, and you have many in the game.
Oh, okay, Wei.
Back on the outside, you text Ming, saying that now he's working for Winston again. You've been assigned to keep an eye on him and asked to meet up with him. He agrees and tells you he needs a re-up on his supply anyway, and asks you to go to the supplier because he works for Dog Eyes.
Is the supplier just like a stable? Like, it means a horse tranquilizer, right?
Yeah, but there are people manufacturing it in town.
Oh, okay.
Dog Eyes doesn't know he's working for Winston again just yet.
Ooh.
So you go to the supplier, who has no loyalties to anyone but money, saying a couple junkies owe him some. If you put your foot up the A-hole of the guys in the K-hole, he'll sell to you. You make the deal, and the supplier tells you to give Ming a message. Stick to girls over 14 in the future.
Ew! Ew! Oh, I don't like it.
Well, 14 is the age of consent in China.
God, the age of consent should be 21.
Yeah.
I went on this, I screamed this at someone at work where I just really feel like they should raise the minimum tattoo age to 25.
Yeah. As somebody who got them at 18.
Oh, yeah, and they should also raise the marriage license age to 25. Like, wait until your brain's fully developed, babe.
Right.
Don't do this shit too early. I got married at Was I 25?
You
I was
were
26.
25.
I was 26.
You're 26, okay.
We got engaged at 24. I got married at 26, so I'm fine with that. But
Right. What you did is fine.
what I did is fine. Not the tattoo part, but I really think we need to raise a lot of ages up.
You're one of those drivers on the road. Anybody going slower than you is an asshole. Anybody going faster than you is an asshole.
Well, why are they driving like that?
Right. One of the guys asks who the fuck you are, and the supplier says, it's cool, you're a member of the Sun On Yee, and he leaves. You ask who that guy was, and he says, that's Wei Shen. He's the guy who makes the ketamine. He's the best in the biz.
The chef.
After the deal, you call Inspector Tang, saying you met not just the supplier, but the manufacturer as well. You give her his name and ask her to research him. If you can find where he works, she can send in a force to bust him in the act. She's impressed and says she'll hit you back with the info she finds. You give Ming the drugs while you wait for her call, and he's appreciative. But you don't bother with the underage warning, hoping it was just the supplier making an inappropriate joke.
No, as a friend, you should definitely be like, hey man, stop being a PDF.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm allowed to say on this platform, but don't do that.
Tang calls back, and the two of you set up a sting operation to catch Wei Shen. It goes down without a hitch, taking out the best ketamine maker in the city.
Yeah.
You decide to use the supplier to track any others, as he'll need a new maker soon, and you can clean up the city through him.
So you're slowly ruining this man's empire.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's very fun. You know, there's some horses out there that are just feeling way too many things, too.
Right.
Like, I know there's a lot of people that recreationally use ketamine. It happens, but
Yeah.
like, there's some real sad horses out there.
You're walking back to Winston's when you're stopped by a blonde white woman tourist with the voice of Emma Stone.
Oh my god, that's right. So part of the sell of this game, aside from the gameplay, the story, the really beautiful world, they had an insane voice cast.
Right, entirely. Including Emma Stone.
Including Emma Stone for no goddamn reason.
She asks if you speak English, which is a ridiculous question to ask, as English is one of the official languages of Hong Kong. And you say, you know enough to get by. Why, do you? She's like, yeah, that's why I asked. You laugh, saying, you're just teasing. What's up?
Does she do that Emma Stone one where she's like,
Her little laugh, yeah.
like, it's so nasal.
She's looking for a kung fu school and asks if you know where it is. She's completely lost. You say you do, but it'll be easier to give her a ride there, as these streets get really confusing otherwise. She gives you an up-down and decides to trust the offer because you're very attractive.
Ooh.
She introduces herself as Amanda. Or Amy, whichever is fine.
What?
Personally, I've never met an Amanda who goes by Amy, nor an Amy whose full name is Amanda before. Have you?
No, that's not a thing. Is
No.
she lying?
No, it's just, I don't know why they did this.
Wait, I'm sorry. So it's not a lie. You don't catch her at like an off moment. She's like,
No.
because it sounds like she'd be like, Amy, Amanda, fuck, I don't know. Am I an undercover cop too?
Yeah, no, that's not it.
She's just an idiot.
Yeah, Amanda and her nickname's Amy, I guess.
Oh, you can call me Amanda or Amy, whatever's cool. I'm just one of the guys. I'm super bad. That's such an atrocious episode. I'm so sorry.
It's pretty decent, I'm not gonna lie. On the ride to the Kung Fu school, you get to talking. Amy Anda just finished college.
Sorry.
And is doing a bit of traveling before joining the workforce, doing her whole eat, pray, love thing here in Hong Kong. You arrive at the school, and she looks at her pamphlet, saying that the name of the school has the word temple in it. This is in a mini mall. You laugh, saying that looks can be deceiving. All the actual temples are tourist attractions or are used as movie sets these days. But this is a very legit training center. Inside, you find a bunch of students hitting poses as the late 40s, early 50s instructor barks out orders, stopping at the occasional person to adjust their stance. He notices the two of you and stops the class, telling everyone to grab a partner and spar. He asks Amy Anda what she wants, and she says her guidebook said this school teaches a very old and effective form of kung fu, and she wants to take some lessons. Like it's a fucking spin class at her local 24-hour fitness.
I just learned about punching. I want to learn how to punch.
He introduces himself as Master Sifu, and then turns to you, asking if you also learned about his school from a guidebook.
Master Sifu, so his name is like Professor Teacher?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
You smile, saying, not exactly, Master Sifu. You actually trained under him years ago. Then reintroduce yourself to him.
You know this guy? Wait, that's cool.
He remembers you, saying you're the one who moved to America, asking if you brought the blondie back with you. Before you can answer, he says your skills with picking up girls is clearly very good. Now let's see how your kung fu skills are.
That's a bar.
So you beat up his students as a display.
How old are these students?
They're pretty young. They're
Okay.
like 18, 19.
Oh, I was like, are you flinging like an 8-year-old across the mat? Like,
No.
nah, I'm going to beat the shit out of these children.
Master Sifu is impressed, saying these young kids all want to be Sun On Yee, but he tries to steer them in the right direction. Best he can do is hope for the best. So, what do you do for a living these days, Wei? You skirt the question and change the subject to a jade statue on his mantle,
Like, I do crime. Hey, that's a cool thing.
saying he used to have a whole set of them, asking what happened. He says a former student turned triad stole them all,
Oh.
but he's learned to let go of the past and the anger and just focuses on training new students. But it's closing time. He thanks you for bringing your fiancé along and says you're welcome to return anytime.
He's just making shit up.
Right?
Professor Teacher's funny as fuck.
Yeah, and then these jade statues, you can find them throughout the game, like in different areas, and then you bring them back, and then he teaches you new moves and shit.
That's cool.
Amy doesn't really object to the label of fiancé and thanks you for bringing her along, saying she'll call you later, if you don't mind, which you don't mind at all.
Yeah.
Amy is simply a romance option in the game. And just to get straight to the point, she's an absolute waist and crotch tease of a character.
Oh.
You can take her on a single date, where you learn she's teaching English as basically a side hustle to extend her visa.
Okay.
She has a travel blog and is supposedly making a book about her travels, and you spend the date taking pictures of a closed monument that you help her get into.
The way she would have been a TikToker if this came out today and be like,
1,000%.
hop me over the fence so I can film myself dancing in front of this temple.
But suddenly, she vanishes after the first date.
She ghosts you?
It serves to unlock the locations of all collectibles in the game, and that's it.
She was not an easy A.
There are a ton of theories on what happened to her, from the cops deporting her because they think she'll be a distraction to your mission, to her being a bit of a slut with a bad case of China fever.
Oh my god.
The real reason is that they simply ran out of development time and had to abandon her character in order to hit the release date.
And she was like, I have to go be in the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah. Honestly, Emma Stone wasn't that big of a name actress when they got her. She
Really?
was simply doing a job.
Oh.
They had no idea she was going to blow up the way she did after they cast her.
This came out in 2012 and like Superbad was 2008. So people knew her, but she wasn't like Emma Stone
Yeah,
yet.
exactly.
Okay.
Her career did skyrocket after she recorded, leading to her being fourth billed in the opening credits.
That's disrespectful.
for 1.5 scenes of the game.
Stop.
I genuinely thought I had blown it with her on my date when I first played it back in 2012.
Uh-huh.
All the way up to when I was writing this episode and found out this happens to everyone.
You thought you fucked it up and you're like, no, the studio fucked it up. Andrew Garfield fucked it up. He did it again.
Right? No, truly. I thought I fully blew it. Nope, it happens to everyone.
Wow.
But at least they let you bone down in your car off screen after the single date.
Wait, you still hit?
You still hit, yeah.
It was an easy A. Whoa.
You're like, I think I got a good idea. And they're like, oh, really? Ha ha ha. And then it just kind of like zooms away from the car.
Do you get like the Titanic hand on the
Not even that.
Wait, so she does bust it open on the first date.
First date.
Girl.
Which is why people think she had the China fever.
Yeah, I mean, she's eat, pray, loving her ass out there. Goddamn. All right.
After the date, it's time to catch the ketamine supplier meet up with his new producer.
So, the hard shift from like, you're fucking Emma Stone. We have to find the ketamine.
Yeah. You sneak your way to the deal location and photograph them together. Everything goes south, and the supplier ends up killing his new producer all on camera.
Whoa, caught in 4K. I guess 1080p.
Yeah, maybe even 720.
Oof.
You call Tang and tell her about the new development, and she's impressed.
Hey, there's been a murder.
That means 2 of the city's top ketamine makers are out of the equation, and the supplier will be arrested on murder charges to boot.
Do you think ketamine is the appropriate drug?
Not really. Honestly, I think they could have picked something a little bit harder.
Like, weed would be embarrassing.
Yeah.
But, like,
at
Maybe
least
Molly,
cocaine.
MDMA.
Yeah, I feel like it opened with cocaine because, like I was saying, the buyer in that scene tests the product and he snorts it. So, like, I assume it's cocaine.
You can snort ketamine. You
Yeah,
shouldn't.
No.
You shouldn't do ketamine. I'm sorry. Let me pull this back. Hey, kids, don't do the fun drugs. Don't do drugs. Fuck. They're like, I don't know. Ketamine just feels like such a strange choice for their, like, city drug.
Right. Maybe it was a big problem then.
Maybe.
Inspector Tang is impressed with your work and thanks you, reminding you this will ultimately lead to a power vacuum as the Triads try to establish new suppliers, and we'll be looking for the person who took down the last grip of them and to watch your back. You do a couple more missions for Winston, working your way up in the Sun On Yee, like reclaiming a popular karaoke club called the Bang Bang Club,
Bang Bang.
resulting in a karaoke mini-game you have to complete with a whopping 6 licensed songs from the mid-'80s.
From the mid-'80s. So at the time, these were 35 years old?
Yeah,
Wait.
songs like Take On Me from Aha.
Okay, in all fairness, that is a video game classic now because of The Last of Us 2.
I Fought the Law by The Clash.
You got nothing there, I'm sorry.
Cyndi Lauper's classic hit, Girls Just Wanna Have Fun. Pat Benatar's Hit Me With Your Best Shots.
Do we think these were big in Hong Kong at the time?
Must have been. And 2 others. You can even have a fling with the hostess at the karaoke club, but only at her job.
Do you fuck her too?
Maybe. I honestly don't remember.
Maybe just like mouth or hand stuff.
Yeah, there's one part where she's like, do you want me to sit on your lap while I sing?
Whoa!
So who knows what happens during that.
She bounced on a crazy style.
Eventually, Winston hits you up saying to come by the restaurant. It's urgent. You get there, and Conroy walks right up to you asking if you smell anything. Like a stinking fucking rat.
Oh, shit.
He and Ming, the drug dealer, pick you up and slam you down on a table, asking if you know what they do to rats around here. Winston pulls a golden gun and points it at you, asking why all the drug suppliers Ming introduced you to are suddenly in jail or dead.
Okay, they read you to fucking filth.
You say you have no idea. But also, why isn't Ming in jail too then? Seems like someone is making a grab for power behind Winston's back.
Oh.
That same guy turned on Winston and started working with Dog Eyes.
Okay.
Ming gains the most from those guys going down, not you.
You deflected the shit out of
Right.
that. Oh my god. Go away.
Winston listens and starts to realize, you're right.
Yeah.
Ming did turn on him. And this would benefit him the most out of anyone.
Yeah.
If you were a rat, Ming would certainly be in jail right now. And he's not. Ming starts freaking out, saying, that's bullshit.
Ming is like, hold the fuck up.
But Winston has known Ming for a long time and knows he's a skeevy little shit, still working for Dog Eyes.
So he's like, not only do I know you well enough to know this would work, I know that you're still doing some fuck shit.
So he turns the gun on him and blows his fucking brains out.
Whoa, just right there?
Just right there in front of everyone.
Holy shit.
Winston walks over to his corpse and spits on it.
Fuck. Okay, so they are truly just like, whatever I'm feeling, I'm gonna run with it. And they are not ketamine high.
No.
This is giving cocaine energy.
They are impulsive as fuck.
Jesus.
Saying that's what happens when you get into this business for yourself. Then turns to you, getting up off the table, and says you'd do best to remember that too. After that scare, you realize Winston is pretty fucking unstable, and you call your handler Raymond. He gives you a spy microphone to bug the restaurant, and tells you to install it so they can get evidence faster on him to take him down, despite the literal murder you just witnessed him commit. You sneak into the restaurant so nobody can suspect you of anything and overhear Winston defending you to Conroy, saying he's known you since you were a kid. There's no way you're a rat. He's certain Ming was just making a power play and that all the problems will start to vanish. Plus, you've helped him reclaim so much of the territory. You place the bug in the air vent and maneuver your way back out undetected. Through all of this, you have a sort of honor system running. 2 at the same time, actually. One with your standing with the police, and another with your rank in the Triad. Your missions with each gaining you honor. They have Absolutely zero impact on the story, though,
Shut up.
and just help you unlock different levels of your skill tree.
Oh, you're not even getting like different lines or anything? It's
Nope.
really. Damn, that sucks.
Nothing like that at all.
Fuck.
So you do some missions for both, keeping your undercover identity as secret as possible through them. Doing underground races to uncover a string of murders,
Whoa.
busting heads at businesses for Winston, that kind of shit. Your karaoke girl calls at one point, saying she has a problem only you can solve. One of Dog Eyes' men, Charlie Pang, gave her a gun to hold on to. She doesn't want it.
Yeah.
Plus, you took over the karaoke spot, so he's probably not coming back for it.
This is a very silly premise. Can I tell you that?
Right, it's a little ridiculous.
The girl I'm fucking at her work has an illegal gun. Now it's my problem.
So you take it and call Raymond, saying you have a gun that's likely tied to a lot of crime. He agrees to meet you and gives you a location. But Raymond isn't there when you arrive. Thomas Pendrew is instead.
He's the American one?
Yeah. You're at the scene of a killing that recently went down. Thomas takes the gun and puts a couple bullets into a dead body.
Whoa.
You're like, what the fuck? He says that it will help put Charlie Pang away for murder. He's not sure what crimes this weapon has committed, but this will help. Saying that you're a cop. You want a result, just like he does. Then leaves you to go back to work.
He really was like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
This actually benefits both of your careers right now. Like, don't be fucking weird.
And work is stressful, because you get called to meet Winston at his new office, which he moved to the karaoke club after taking it over from Dog Eyes.
Your karaoke club, right?
Yeah. When you get there, everything is chaos.
Oh, no.
Dog Eyes put a hit out on the restaurant and shot it up,
Fuck.
killing a couple of Winston's men and injuring some customers.
Got some innocence in there. That fucking sucks.
Fortunately, his mother was unharmed, but still.
Yeah, I'm sure she's scared.
Winston orders the rest of his crew to go take revenge on Dog Eyes by burning his main sweatshop to the ground.
Hell yeah.
All of his drugs move through there.
Oh, fuck.
Not only that, he wants his right-hand man, Suwa, taken out as well to send a message.
Fucking dick swinging.
You tell him this is a bad idea. The chairman of the Sun On Yee will not appreciate one of his top men getting killed, even if he's working more directly with Dog Eyes. It would be better to leave him alive, but make him switch teams. Then give the chairman more money than Dog Eyes was to make up for the loss of merchandise.
Edge him out that way.
Going after another red pole is a dangerous move, so he needs to do this carefully.
And like, Wayne knows how impulsive everyone here is, so he's like, you guys.
Calm down.
Please give it 40 seconds of thought.
Winston calms down and sees reason, saying you're right. But still, burn the place to the ground at the very least, sending all of you off.
That's his compromise, is like, oh, okay. Let me zoom out, think about the politics, but I still want you to fuck their shit up.
As you're driving over, Conroy says that while you're taking Suwa alive, there will be many men there who are well armed and will put up a fight. You want to prove you're not the rat he thinks you are? You better have a fucking body count, and he doesn't mean blonde tourists in the backseat of your car.
Ooh.
You're like, fine, I'll kill a couple drug dealers.
Ugh.
You tell the boys to wait by the back door. You'll sneak in through a window and open the door for them. While inside, you manage to take everyone out with your superior kung fu skills instead of a gun.
Fuck yeah.
But I'm pretty sure a few are dead as you toss them inside a furnace and set them on fire.
Oh, they're definitely dead by that part.
Yeah. You watch them run around inflamed and spreading it around the warehouse.
Yeah, that's how someone dies in Saw 2.
I was gonna say.
That's 100% a death trap.
You find Suwa cowering in his office and take him hostage. Meanwhile, Conroy and the boys break in and bring the chaos, setting the rest of the warehouse ablaze. With Suwa in your grasp, you exit the warehouse to find a shitload of cops, guns turned on you.
Oh, fuck.
But the warehouse explodes, sending everyone diving for cover.
Does it look really cool?
Oh, it's so fucking cool.
Hell yeah.
Suwa steals a cop car and escapes. So you mount a police bike and chase after him.
I was so hoping you'd say police horse.
Oh, no.
Like there's ketamine, like there's horses somewhere.
No, there's no horses in the game.
What the fuck?
You leap from the bike onto the car, and Suwa pulls over, letting you inside.
That's so fucking cool.
He wonders what the fuck you were doing blowing up the warehouse. You tell him you're not afraid of that little bitch Dog Eyes. Suwa says, Dog Eyes is just the middleman. Everything produced there goes to a man named Big Smile Lee,
Whoa.
the highest ranking red pole in the Sun On Yee. What are you doing fucking with that guy? You tell him to shut up and take him to Winston. He tells Suwa that he works for him now and not to question it.
Oh.
Suwa doesn't fight it and goes along quietly while Winston hands you a fat stack of cash.
Yeah, it shuts people up pretty quickly.
Conroy comes up to you as if you were best friends, saying he was wrong about you. You really showed your true colors tonight, brother. Now that you're rising in the ranks, you do a couple more missions for Winston, while simultaneously reporting back to the cops everything you're learning about. In doing so, you end up tailing Nas, the guy you ran with at the very start of the game on that drug bust.
Oh.
He's a member of a rival gang, the 18K, which is actually modeled off the 14K, a very real triad gang in Hong Kong.
That feels way too close to reality to just
Right?
kind of be like, it'd be like if you were like, and here's the M14 gang,
Yeah.
you know? Like, I know they can't sue you, but it feels like you're playing with fire there.
You're like, come to Vancouver, bitch.
Roll up, motherfucker.
You find out he's been running his mouth about you, saying that for some reason, cops always turn up when you're involved. You call Inspector Tang and tell her all about him. She reveals he's her informant.
Oh. Okay, I don't like this for a couple reasons.
Right?
I don't like how quickly she's like, oh yeah, he's on the inside.
She really gave that up quickly, didn't she?
Yeah, I don't think she has a good sense. I don't think anyone in the force has a good sense of secrecy.
I just don't think they're used to undercover there.
They're clearly bad at it. Like, they don't have any sense of secrecy.
She asks if you want her to tell him to keep his mouth shut, and you say no. That will give away your positioning, and that you'll deal with him on your own.
She's not a proactive thinker.
No, not at all. But that's why she's also not in charge of the undercover operations.
Yeah.
But you thank her for the tip that he's a snitch at the very least. Back at Winston's main office, you find him getting chewed out by the chairman of the Sun On Yee over the phone. He hangs up and turns to you saying, you're going to be meeting Uncle Po, the chairman. Conroy is shocked, asking if everything is okay. Winston flips out on Conroy, telling him to shut the fuck up and sit down. He's not invited. Then tells you to join him, alone. On the car ride over, he tells you that he's in a lot of trouble for the warehouse situation, saying that keeping Suwa alive might be the only thing that lets him walk away from this, thanking you for the suggestion. He tells you that if anything happens to him tonight, well, Conroy and the others, they're not cut out for leadership. But you've proven yourself now, and he wants you to look after everyone. They're family. Family takes care of each other.
Hmm.
You tell Winston what Suwa said about working for Big Smile Lee, a name you keep hearing. He says that Big Smile Lee is very powerful. Not just drugs, but sex trafficking as well. Throughout all of Asia, well outside the borders of China. He's basically next in line to take over for Uncle Po.
Whoa.
As you arrive at Uncle Po's place, you tell him you're worried. Winston tells you that when Uncle Po wants you dead, you die. He'd rather walk in, head up, than hide and wait for it to happen. Telling you to keep your cool should anything happen. Uncle Po doesn't really know you and has no reason to go after you. Winston needs you to take care of his boys and his mom if the worst comes to pass. On the way in, a guard named Ricky tells Winston he's looking a little pale. Dog Eyes just left, happy and smiling. Doesn't bode well for Winston. You enter, and it's a very modest apartment. Uncle Po is an elderly man with gray hair, and he's sitting with a much younger and muscle-bound friend drinking tea. He invites Winston to have a seat and join them for a cup in a very warm and friendly manner. Uncle Po addresses you by name, saying Winston speaks very highly of you. You say that Winston has been treating you well, so you do the same in return. Uncle Po says good. Loyalty is a rare trait these days.
Mm.
He heard it was your idea to keep Suwa alive and out of jail. You say no, it was Winston's idea. He didn't want to inconvenience Uncle Po's operations and knew Suwa is essential to his plans. Uncle Po's friendly demeanor vanishes as he turns to Winston and eyes him, nervously drinking his tea, asking, "Did he now?" Then back to Happy, he turns to you saying he will reward you for your services.
Oh, he's terrifying. I love this.
You say that's not necessary, and he snaps back not to argue with him. Uncle Po tells you about another red pole named Roland Ho. He's a loan shark and could use an enforcer to collect debts. Winston won't mind you going to work for him. Will you, Winston?
Oh, Winston's about to get chewed the fuck out.
Winston shakes his head no nervously. As you leave, the young friend of Uncle Po stands up, towering over Winston. As Uncle Po says not to worry, he knows Winston was provoked. But you don't find out Winston's fate just yet.
Jesus Christ.
Exiting, Ricky the guard laughs, saying he bet $1,000 he was going to be carrying you out in a body bag.
Whoa.
Uncle Po must really like you.
Oh, Jesus.
Then he says that if you want to make some real money to hit him up, he heard you're a pretty good strong arm. You tell him you'll keep that in mind as you head out to meet with Roland Ho, the loan shark. As you drive over, Winston calls to let you know everything's going to be okay.
Hey, buddy, I'm not dead. That's great, right?
It will result in a bit more work, but it's nothing he can't handle. The thing he is struggling with, though, is his upcoming wedding.
He's engaged?
He's engaged, and being a groom is way harder than being a gangster. Asking if you'll help him with some wedding planning shit.
Wait. The way they inject like some silly shit along with like, here's some hardcore organized crime shit, and then it's like, we need to go get some cummerbunds for the bridal party. Like, what the fuck is this?
It's even sillier than that.
Stop. Like, we truly saw like a blood shootout, and then it was like, let's do some karaoke. Put on the fucking Clash. This is crazy.
You're relieved and say that you'll of course help him once you're done with Roland.
You're just a groomsman now.
You meet up with Roland, a 50-year-old man with a lot of opinions on how the gang life works, warning you that going after other members of the Triad is a bad idea. You do some jobs for him, and then go meet up with Raymond, your handler. He's pissed that you didn't let the cops take Sue Wah back at the warehouse, saying you're a loose cannon, Wei, and that he's putting an end to this whole operation. You snap back that you're just doing what needs to be done to take down the whole organization, as you just met Uncle Po, the chairman of the Sun On Yee. This stops Raymond in his tracks. You're low-level's foot soldier. What are you doing meeting the chairman? You tell him he was impressed with your idea to save Sue Wah, resulting in you rising through the ranks of the Triad. He's like, damn. Okay then, keep up the good work, I guess.
You made him eat his words.
Entirely.
It was so bad.
Back at the restaurant, you meet Mama Chu, Winston's mother. A short and stout older lady who runs her kitchen with an iron fist, wrapped around a cleaver.
She's so fucking cool.
She only speaks Cantonese, but understands English. Telling you that Winston's fiancée, Peggy, needs a ride to buy some shit for the wedding, asking if you'll accommodate. You say of course, and head out to drive her. Peggy is a pretty woman, and she's waiting for you by her car. She has to pick out the flowers for the wedding day. You drive her and she quizzes you, asking if there's a woman in your life.
Ooh.
You tell her that with how you run, there's no space for anyone else.
That's such a nice way of saying I have a rotation.
She tells you that with how you run, you need someone you can be soft with.
Oh, she's such a romantic.
You're family now, and like Winston, she needs to look after you too and make sure you're taken care of. Saying after the wedding, she'll help you find someone special of your own.
Oh my god, she met you and she's immediately like, I have single friends.
Yeah.
Okay, do you like tall? Are we talking athletic? Are we talking like booksy? What's your vibe? You're gonna fuck one of my friends.
Entirely her vibe.
I love her.
You ask how she gets along with Mrs. Chu, and she says that it started out rough, but her bark is worse than her bite. But nothing is worse than that cleaver of hers. One day, Winston wasn't paying Peggy enough attention, and Mrs. Chu tore him a new asshole in front of the entire gang, waving her cleaver in the air like she was going to strike him with it. Ever since, Winston has been the perfect partner, and she gained a lot of respect for Mrs. Chu as a result.
Mrs. Chu is a girl's girl.
Entirely, right?
I love that.
You tell her that your mom was pretty racist, and you had a thing for blondes. So she never showed any of your girlfriends respect like that.
Wow. I appreciate how straight up Wei is. She's like, she hates those white girls I bring home.
Peggy says that your mom was just loyal to her own kind. That's not really racism. Loyalty is different. You're like, yeah, loyal to her prejudices more like. Peggy says, yeah, you're probably right. That's pretty common with the older generations.
Yeah, it is.
At the wedding store, Peggy tries on her dress with the final alterations and tells the shopkeeper she needs a black orchid for the main centerpiece. It was her mother's favorite flower, and now that she's gone, she wants one to represent her. The shopkeeper says that there are no black orchids in the entire country. It would be impossible.
Oh.
Peggy says she saw some at the temple garden on a walk the other day. The shopkeeper says the CEO of a company offered the monks there $100,000 for a single flower, and they refused. Peggy and you leave with her saying, "Shame. She heard this was the best wedding shop in Hong Kong. Guess she'll have to tell people otherwise."
Okay, so Peggy's crazy.
She is marrying a mob boss.
Yeah, but she's also a Karen Yelper. Like,
Yeah.
what was that comment? She's like, I'm going to expose you.
How dare you keep me from what I want? You get back in the car and she says, now you have to go pick up the cake. Winston ordered it and promised it would be perfect. But on the way, you get a text from Winston saying the cake has been stolen. It must be Dog Eyes. Get him.
I'm sorry, what the fuck is happening? We went from busting ketamine rings to, oh, the guys across the street stole our wedding cake. We gotta go get them. What the fuck was that? Like,
Well, you don't tell Peggy about this, not wanting to worry her.
this got so silly.
Again, I told you, it gets really weird. When you arrive at the cake store, you see the delivery van tearing ass out of there and tell her that Winston gave them the wrong address and you need to catch them before they go. She tells you to floor it. Nothing will get in the way of her perfect wedding day.
Peggy's like, abso-fucking-lutely, go take care of business.
You hijack the truck and take the cake back, delivering it to Winston's office.
There's no way that cake didn't fall over.
Right? Like, I've seen Cake Boss. I've seen how that van works. Those things tip over all the time. You get back in the car with Peggy, and she says that the wedding must be perfect. But it won't be without that black orchid. You're like, we're going to go steal it, aren't we? She says, you're a gangster, aren't you? What's a little flower to someone like you?
I love that she's like, yeah, bitch. Obviously, we're stealing the flower.
So you sneak into the temple, put on some monk clothes, and smooth talk your way around until you find the black orchid.
Are you allowed to talk?
Oh yeah, these are talking monks.
Okay. I feel like that'd be a dead giveaway.
You return to the car and drop off Peggy to play some mahjong now that she has her precious flower.
I love her life.
The wedding is later that day, and she needs to play to calm her nerves, saying she'll make sure you have a lovely lady of your own someday after the wedding.
Aww.
You run out and grab a tuxedo in the meantime. Your boy Jackie calls, telling you he's running late and to not let the wedding start without him.
What? This isn't up to you, Jackie.
You arrive at the venue to find Winston and Peggy together, greeting guests along with Mrs. Chu. Apparently, there's no tradition about not seeing the bride in her dress before the big event in China. They're so happy you could make it. Uncle Po arrives, handing Peggy a red envelope bursting with cash, saying she looks lovely, but not half as lovely as her mother-in-law.
On her wedding day.
No, this is just him being just flattering to literally everyone. Telling Mrs. Chu he's expecting the food to be outstanding. Winston pulls you aside, saying there's a case of Uncle Po's favorite wine in his car, and asks you to go grab it while he shows Uncle Po to his seat. You agree and head around the side of the banquet hall to fetch it. Just as you grab the case, you hear screaming coming from the entrance and drop the wine, running back. There are bodies in the street.
No.
And you see Jackie just arriving, asking if you saw what happened. You say no. You try to open the doors, but they're barred shut from the inside. So you parkour your way up to a window to get inside, while Jackie runs off to find help.
Oh my god.
You make it indoors to find the catering staff beating guests to death.
Oh my god.
So you take them out 3 at a time,
Fuck yeah.
painting the white walls of the hall red. You follow the sound of gunshots and break into the main hall. You shoot down a bunch of cater waiters and find Winston, covered in blood, holding his lifeless bride in his arms.
Peggy, no. Wait. This is fucked up.
He asks you to get her out of here. She doesn't deserve this. Then slumps over as well, dead to the world.
Oh my god.
You run through, saving as many wedding guests as you can while taking out the fucks who did this. You find Uncle Po, shot to shit, but still standing, asking if he's okay. He doesn't understand why this is happening. A wedding is sacred. asking what happened to Winston.
Yeah.
You tell him not to worry about that right now. You need to get him out of here. You shoot your way to a nearby hospital and drop him off to get the care he needs. He tells you to go before the police arrive, so you do. In fact, you go to meet with one personally, Raymond. You tell him the wedding was a fucking massacre. Your job was to get close to Winston. Well, guess what? You are Winston now.
Ugh.
Raymond says that's what worries him. You've become one of them. You're in too deep, and he's not sure who your allegiance is to anymore. The bodies are piling up, and now there are innocents like Peggy and the wedding guests involved. If it ever gets out the police had a man on the inside, this will all look very bad for them. You snap back that you're the best chance they have to take down the Sun On Yee. You report directly to Uncle Po, the chairman of the Triad. They're going to make you a red pole and give you Winston's territory. You'll be able to take out the entire organization this way. He knows you're right and sends you on your way.
I love that he keeps coming to you with doubt, and you talk to him for 20 seconds. He's like, all right, now you got a point.
You're very convincing.
Raymond is a pushover.
You head to the Golden Koi, where you find Mrs. Chu
Oh,
sad and angry over having buried her only son.
oh God.
You tell her that you managed to identify one of the shooters at the wedding. You're going to hunt him down and make him tell you who did this. She tells you no. When you find him, you bring him to her.
Oh, chilling.
To which you agree, knowing this woman deserves her revenge.
Mm-hmm.
Using your connection to Uncle Poe's security guard, Ricky, you track down the shooter you ID'd, named Johnny the Ratface.
Likely name for someone who would shoot up a wedding.
The names that some of these characters have in this game are so fucking ridiculous, honestly. Like, not just Dog Eyes and Ratface. There's people I've left out, but like, there's one named Pop Star, a guy named Ponytail later.
Wait, please
like,
tell me Pop Star is affiliated with a karaoke room.
He is, yeah.
Okay.
No, there's so many ridiculously named characters in this.
I love that.
You tell Ratface that you need him for a job and trick him into meeting with you. He recognizes you from the wedding and takes off, but you catch up to him. He says he isn't telling you shit, and you say you won't be asking him any questions. Someone else will. He says fuck that guy too. He won't tell him shit either. You drop off Johnny the Ratface at the restaurant and introduce him to his interrogator, Mrs. Chu.
Hell yeah.
She approaches him, meat cleaver in hand, and Ratface starts panicking, saying that whatever you told her, you're lying. She turns to you and says, you should probably leave now. She's going to teach this rat a lesson.
She's so fucking cool.
She'll relay any information she gets out of him to you. You turn and leave as Mrs. Chu begins hacking away at his useless little body.
Hell yeah.
You decide to head to Winston's office, where you find Jackie and Conroy arguing. Jackie says the 18K gang pulled off the hit, and you ask why he thinks that. Conroy says everyone knows it was them. Everybody saw it was those fucks. You say that doesn't make sense. You've had a couple run-ins with them, but nothing to warrant an attack like that. It's likely they were dressed like 18K to throw you all off. A stranger with a long ponytail enters the room, and you ask who the fuck he is. He says he works for Big Smile Lee, saying that you'll be allowed to continue working Winston's territory, but won't be receiving Winston's cut of the money coming in.
Whoa.
That goes to Big Smile Lee now. You grab Winston's golden gun off his desk and point it at the messenger, telling him to fuck all the way off.
Yeah.
Big Smile Lee isn't getting a single fucking penny. The man leaves, saying he'll regret that decision. Down in the club, all hell breaks loose as Big Smile Lee's boys start shooting up the place.
Just immediately. Holy shit.
So you go down and show them who's boss.
I mean, it is called the Bang Bang Room.
I know, right?
Like,
it's a perfect name.
Likely place for a shooting to happen.
Outside, you see Ponytail Man get in a car and drive away. So you chase after him. The car chase is epic, leading to you flipping your own.
Whoa.
Ponytail takes off on foot, and you hunt his ass down in a dark alley. The two of you fight until he goes down, and you tell him to tell Big Smile Lee to stay the fuck out of your territory.
Yeah.
He slams your head into the side of a dumpster and says to fuck off as he runs away. Just as the cops arrive, and you have to escape them on foot. You run down an alley, and at the end find a limo, with someone telling you to get in the back seat. You jump in and they drive off. You ask who the fuck they are, and they say to calm down. Introducing you to a woman in the car with you. Miss Broken Nose Zhang.
You really weren't kidding with those names.
A red pole in the Sun On Yee. Show some respect for the woman who just saved your life.
How fucked up is her nose?
It's not even fucked up at all.
Oh, she has like a cute nose?
She breaks the noses.
Oh, that's cool. I thought she'd come out looking like a hawk, like
Yeah.
like, oh, she's seen some shit. No, she might have had like a rhinoplasty, but she's the one fucking shit up. Hell yeah.
You're like, oh shit. You're a legend, Aunt Zhang. My apologies. Broken Nose Zhang is in her 50s or 60s, but doesn't look like it in her power bitch business dress and red sport coat.
Okay, she's cool.
She's worried that Uncle Po isn't going to survive his stay in the hospital, and isn't a big fan of Big Smile Lee. It's time to start making alliances now, and she sees you as someone with a lot of potential. Besides, even if Uncle Po does live, it will benefit you both to form a bond now.
She wants to be friends strategically.
Big Smile Lee is an evil man who traffics women. Being a woman herself, she doesn't like that very much.
Okay, girl.
If he takes over the Sun On Yee, every red pole will be forced to do the same. It will create a war the organization can't afford. You tell her you hate Big Smile Lee as well, and she can count on you backing her should the time come. She thanks you and drops you off on the street corner to find your own way home from there. Jackie calls you, saying he ran afoul with an asshole named Nas, asking if you know him. Nas being Inspector Tang's informant. You tell him you do. He needs your help as he screwed him out of a payment and gave him a motorcycle he doesn't even know how to drive.
Jackie, what are you doing?
He's not good at this. You go after Nas, and he says he knows you're a cop.
Oh.
You tell him, oh yeah? Well, I know you're a snitch, so now what? This results in a chase and a capture on your part. You call Tang and tell her that her informant is currently locked in the trunk of a car. Either she makes him disappear, or you will.
Damn, that's cool.
So she shows up and takes him into custody, promising he'll never say another word to anyone. You go back to the Golden Koi to find what's left of Ratface, splattered on the butcher's table. Mrs. Chu is stirring a pot of Ratface stew, saying she can't believe it. Little Sammy, who used to sit in this very kitchen as a child, eating here almost daily. You ask who Sammy is, and she turns, saying, Dog Eyes.
Oh.
He's the one who put a hit out on the wedding.
Motherfucker.
She stops stirring the pot and tells you to bring him here. So you go to one of his warehouses on the docks and find him. He runs, jumping into a boat, leading to an awesome chase around the harbor as you steal one of your own.
Hell yeah.
You both crash into a fish market and he takes off running, sending his goons after you. You toss them into tanks of electric eels, impale one on a narwhal horn, hang one from a giant hook through his back. Just really fuck up his day and people.
Yeah.
You finally catch up to him in a big walk-in freezer full of hanging tuna. You get the best of him, and he tries to offer you a deal, saying it's not his fault your sister was a junkie.
This motherfucker.
It wasn't personal, it was just business. He was doing his job for Big Smile Lee, running girls for his operation. You tell him it's not just your sister, but Winston and Peggy too. He's like, damn. You figured that out, huh?
This little bitch. I hate him so much.
After another fight, you drag his ass outside, throw him in the trunk of a car, and drive him back to the Golden Koi to turn him over to Miss Chu.
Mrs. Chu is the biggest gangster in this entire fucking world.
Right? Nobody comes close to her.
And she doesn't even have to leave the house. She's like, you bring these motherfuckers to me.
You tie his hands behind his back and slam him down into a chair in the back kitchens where she butchers her meat. He looks around, saying he hasn't been here in years, wondering why you brought him here of all places. Mrs. Chu comes around the corner with a bowl of stew, saying she knows how much Sammy loved her soup, with the bones still floating inside. Dog Eyes says he just ate and isn't hungry, but she insists, pulling an ear out with her chopsticks and forces it down his throat. She tells him to show some respect She made this just for him. Plus, it's made from his good friend, Johnny the Ratface.
Oh my god.
It would be rude not to finish it. Mrs. Chu grabs Dog Eyes and says maybe he should join his friend in the pot. You turn and leave, with Dog Eyes begging you not to leave him here with her. You say, it's nothing personal, just business.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
As Mrs. Chu swings her meat cleaver through the air, down onto little Sammy. You're summoned to the hospital by Uncle Po. He's out of commission and needs to select a temporary chairman of the Sun On Yee. Auntie Jang, Big Smile Lee, and another red pole named Two Chin are there as well. You see how the other two men got their nicknames. Two Chin because he weighs well over 350 pounds.
Oh, Two Chins might be an understatement.
And Big Smile Lee because he has a Joker-style scar coming from the corner of his left lip.
Whoa, he's not just like a stand-up comedian?
No.
Oh, that's scary.
Uncle Po greets you, saying that you've proved yourself worthy of becoming a red pole yourself, having saved his life. You're given an assignment to take down a dealer selling to school children as your initiation.
Oh.
Uncle Po then asks who should be his temporary successor. Lee is about to speak up when Auntie Jang interrupts, saying it should be Two Chin. Out of everyone in the room, he's Uncle Po's only blood family member, being Po's actual nephew.
Okay.
Two Chin is surprised by the nomination, but accepts it gladly, saying he would be honored. This settles it, and you take off to take care of the dealer.
Auntie is a politician.
Yeah.
She had this ready to go. She was like, here's the strategic best way to do this. I've got Wei in my pocket. I'm clearly like hanging out with Two Chin. We're getting fucking karaoke and barbecue after this. Like she's playing her cards right.
You call Jackie and tell him you have exciting news and that you'll need his help with something. He's busy getting a massage and tells you to meet him.
What, at the massage parlor?
Yeah.
First of all, he answered a phone call mid-massage. He's the worst. And like, Jackie, forget it, Jackie, it's China. Go to work.
When you meet up, you tell him congratulations. He's moving up from common criminal to a full-blown member of the Sun On Yee.
You got a promotion.
He's stoked, saying you'll get there too someday, buddy. That's when you reveal you're the next red pole. He asks if you want a quick rub and tug since you're already here at the massage parlor, saying it's his treat.
Hand jobs are on me, buddy.
And honestly, you're given the option to accept or decline.
Whoa! I assume it doesn't show you
No.
to completion, but
No, it does not.
Do you get honor points like for the mafia if you get a rub and tug?
I don't know. Maybe. You
You
definitely
like-
lose it for the cops.
I mean, Auntie's whole thing is like, I don't want these women to be trafficked.
Right.
So actually, it could hurt you. I need you to move on.
Yep.
'Cause I'm
Okay.
getting lost in the conundrum.
Well, you confront the dealer and he pulls a gun on you.
Oh.
A shot rings out and the guy's head explodes.
Whoa.
Jackie is standing there, having just saved your life, but also taken his first.
Oh, this is the first time he's killed someone?
Yeah.
Oh, Jackie, baby.
He's pretty shook up and you tell him to run out of there with you. You take him to the official initiation ceremony, having completed your task. There you are sworn in with Jackie, Conroy, and other members of the gang, taking the 31 oaths of the Sun On Yee.
That's a lot.
After the ritual, you meet up with your handler, Raymond. He's impressed with how you're moving up the ranks, as is Thomas Pendrew. He says Dog Eyes has suddenly vanished off their radar, wondering if you know anything about that. You say you don't.
But I do have some great soup recommendations.
Maybe don't eat at the Golden Koi for the next month.
Yeah.
Then he drops a bomb on you. Based on your reports, they've decided to take Jackie into custody.
Oh, no.
He seems like he'll crumble under the slightest pressure. You tell him he can't do that. Jackie's a nobody. Plus, he's a childhood friend who got you into the Triad in the first place. Raymond says he knew this would happen. You've grown attached to these criminals, which is what they are, Wei. Criminals. And you're a cop. Your job is to stop criminals. Jackie is no further use to you anyway, so they're taking him down whether you like it or not. It's an order coming directly from Thomas Pendrew. You tell him to shove his orders up his ass and leave. The next day you call Jackie. He says he has a job he wants help with. The 18K gang have a jewelry shipment coming in from the States. Diamonds, rubies, all the fancy stones. He wants to steal them and make some cash. You reluctantly join him, knowing this is likely the sting that's been set up to take him down.
Oh, that sucks.
It does suck, because on the car ride to the docks, he starts talking about killing the guy and how it rattled him.
He's just a sweet boy.
It made him start thinking, maybe this life isn't for him, you know?
Chucky!
That's why he wants to go back to his roots of stealing jewels. That was a much simpler life. Maybe if the score is big enough, he can bounce out of Hong Kong and start over.
The big one.
You're like, yeah, Jackie, maybe.
It's so just bringing Lenny up on the hill to look at the bunnies and shit
Yeah.
or whatever. Like, look at the sunrise, buddy.
You get to the docks and take out the 18K members guarding the shipment. You steal it with Jackie after a couple fights and head to the fence to sell them off. Jackie thanks you for always having his back. And you tell him you'll always come back for him, no matter what, you promise. He says he knows. You're his best friend after all. Brothers now that you're both Sun On Yee.
Why am I about to cry?
Jackie departs from you with the bag of stolen goods, heading for the buyer. You hang back and watch as the cops surround him, taking him into custody.
Fuck.
They ask who else is with him, and Jackie says he came alone.
Oh, he was the best of them all.
You curse out Thomas Pendrew under your breath as you see your brother get taken away.
Oh.
Just then, your phone rings. It's Ricky, one of Uncle Poe's guards. He says the 18K are attacking the hospital.
Holy shit.
They're to kill Uncle Poe and to get down there immediately.
Fuck.
You arrive and see a man holding 2 doctors hostage, asking where Uncle Poe is being kept. One says she doesn't know, so he shoots her in the head.
Jesus Christ.
Then turns to the other and asks the same question. He immediately points down the hall, so the guy takes off running. You grab a gun and go full-blown Joel Miller, blasting every asshole in the hospital to smithereens on your way to save Uncle Poe.
Jesus Christ.
Complete with lights out and alarms blaring.
Oh.
You make it to his room where Ricky is standing guard. He says the 18K cut the power and Uncle Poe is on life support. Without electricity, he's gonna fucking die. They won't even have to shoot him. You need to get to the security office to turn on. You guessed it. The backup generators.
Why, Tom? Why?
Because there's always a goddamn generator.
In all fairness, yeah, hospitals do have generators, Tom. This one isn't weird.
But so does every fucking video game.
Yes.
You get the switch flipped and the power back on. Then take care of the rest of the 18K members trying to take over. After they're all dead, you meet up with Ricky. You ask why you're the only one who showed up, and he doesn't understand. Shit has been so fucked up lately. There used to be a code amongst the Triad, even across rival gangs. But now we're killing each other at weddings, funerals, fucking everywhere. For what? Power? It's not worth all this death and destruction.
Absolutely.
The two of you leave the hospital at the sound of the police arriving, hoping Uncle Poe will be all right now that the 18K are gone and the electricity is restored. Whatever is happening, you need to send the 18K a message they won't forget. Make them realize that trying to kill Uncle Poe comes with consequences.
Yeah.
You drop off Ricky at Sun On Yee headquarters, saying that someone is definitely pulling the strings. You thought it was Dog Eyes, but he's dead now. So it could be anyone. Ricky needs to be careful. As your new role of Red Pole, you start getting some much higher stakes missions, including needing to cater to the local celebrities, one of whom is played by Lucy Liu, of all people. I think much like the Black Lotus flower that we had to get was kind of an homage to the original title of the game. The original game's protagonist was modeled after Lucy Liu.
Oh.
So I think she was scheduled to be the protagonist. So they brought her in to at least play a character.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. You also help Inspector Tang take down a grip of sex traffickers as well.
Good.
Eventually, you get a call from Auntie Zhang, asking you to meet her. Tu Chin has become a little too comfortable in his position of temporary chairman. She's heard that if Uncle Poe doesn't recover, he's deciding to just keep the position. Big Smile Lee has gotten word of this, and she's worried she's going to have to kill him before the time comes. But if Tu Chin were to step down, then it would trigger an election instead, which would be preferred because she would have your vote, her own, and Tu Chin's, since she was the one who suggested him.
See, she's a politician.
Entirely. You ask why Tuchin would ever step down, and she says that he has a nasty little heroin addiction.
Whoa.
You've already seen, the man likes to eat.
She's just throwing in fat jokes, too.
His indulgences don't stop there.
He has compulsion issues.
She has arranged it so the quality of product he receives will be the highest in the land. With a little nudge from you, he'll go into a deeper bender.
This is kind of fucked up for Wei, considering how his sister died.
Yeah, right? For a man so messy, Tuchin is really into feng shui,
Really?
believing it brings balance to one's life.
He's like, if I do heroin in the corner of the room facing the sun, it gives me a better buzz.
If you fuck with his shui, it will send him off the deep end.
I'm sorry. So if you come in and do a creepy crawl where you move his furniture around, he might just go on a heroin bender? Is that what Auntie is suggesting here?
Honestly, I've known people like this. She's not that wrong.
What?
Things being out of place to a person who genuinely needs them to be makes them lose their fucking minds over it.
And turn to heroin?
Okay, I've never seen it turn a person to heroin, but for plot purposes, I can see this working. Because it does.
Fuck me.
You break into his place and fuck around with his shit, moving his piano, changing the clocks to 4:44.
Whoa.
As 4 is an unlucky number in Chinese superstitions, as the number 4 sounds really similar to the word for death, Si.
Eee.
After you finish the mission, Tuchin arrives and loses his shit, sending him into a deep drug-infused depression.
I love that this works. That's like the Manson family would do creepy crawls where they would break into people's houses and move their shit around, but it was mostly just to be like, you're not safe in your home.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think any of the victims turned to heroin.
Yeah, you don't know.
That's fair.
Auntie Zhang calls, saying that Uncle Po has officially passed away.
Oh no.
Funeral arrangements are being made as you speak, saying to be ready for an upheaval in the Sun On Yee. You meet up with Thomas Pendrew to relay all the new info you've collected, but also to chew his ass out over arresting Jackie. He tells you to calm down. Now that Uncle Po is dead, your job is over.
What?
He'll let Jackie go as a thank you even. Happy now?
Whoa. No. That's too easy.
No, it's time to come back to the Force.
I don't like it.
You say, no, this shit isn't over. It's only getting started.
Yeah.
There's a literal gang war brewing right now over the death of Uncle Po. Thomas says, oh, please, these idiots will have a little fight over territory and the whole thing will crumble. The hard part's over. You thought you'd be happy. You tell him Big Smile Lee is a huge fucking problem. The things he wants to do, you can't allow it to come to pass if he takes over.
Yeah.
You are doing this to take down the Sun On Yee, not just rearrange the players involved. He tells you to back down. He knew you had a personal vendetta against the Sun On Yee. That's why he selected you. But the mission is over. Stand down.
No.
That's an order. You tell him to fuck his orders and fuck himself, too. You storm out of your meeting, and Thomas Pendrew tells you that you're making a big mistake. Huge. The next day, your handler Raymond calls you to let you know Jackie will be released from jail in a couple hours, figuring you'll want to be there to pick him up. You do, so you head out to retrieve him. Jackie is happy to see you, telling you about his time inside. A lady cop named Tang tried to get him to turn into a snitch, but he told her to fuck off.
Oh.
You ask if he heard about Uncle Po, and he says he did, wondering when the funeral is. You tell him in a couple hours, and take him to get dressed for it, taking him to a high-end suit shop. Jackie can't believe he's wearing something so fancy. Never imagined he could afford it. Sucks it's for Uncle Po's funeral, though. With Jackie back on the outside, he had some time to think in jail. About the things he was saying literally just before getting thrown inside. Realizing this life really isn't worth it. Dodging cops, going in and out of jail cells. There's no future in it.
He's a sweet boy.
At the funeral, you're all giving your last respects. Only one missing is Tuchin, who's deep in a bender right now.
He doesn't know where he is. He's out here just floating outside of his body being like, the clock says it's 4:44. I'm just going to go off the deep end.
It's pouring down rain over Uncle Poe's beautiful headstone, inlaid with gold lettering. You hear some movement behind and see the 18K standing nearby, wondering what the fuck they're doing here.
These motherfuckers.
And why did they bring the police?
Whoa! What?
Thomas Pendrew emerges and arrests a business partner of Uncle Poe's that you helped collect evidence against.
Oh my god.
You scream at him, asking, what is wrong with them? This is a fucking funeral. You don't arrest people at a damn funeral.
Yeah.
Thomas points at you and says, the 18K are about to do a great service to this city. You should probably run now, or you'll get what you deserve.
No.
Then he leaves, as the 18K pull weapons and charge at the mourners surrounding you.
Motherfuckers. This is disgusting behavior.
Oh, right? Ducking behind headstones, you pull some hood rat shit and take out the advancing swarm of gangbangers. They even bring a grenade launcher.
What?
They're so well armed.
To a funeral.
When the massacre subsides, the Sun On Yee are the only ones left standing. You group up, and Big Smile Lee is flipping out, mad that you all have the 18K and the cops working against you, asking where the fuck Tu Chin is. With him off in his drug romp, the Sun On Yee needs a new chairman. Since he is the most feared, it should be Big Smile Lee himself. Ricky starts to agree, but Auntie Zhang speaks up saying that there needs to be an election. It's in the code of the Sun On Yee. Big Smile Lee scoffs, saying that women being in positions of power is also against the code. Who is she to speak on it?
Oh, shit.
She says she's a red pole because she has made millions of dollars for the Triad. Her contributions are so significant, they couldn't say no to her leadership skills.
Okay, mama.
That doesn't change the fact there needs to be an election, asshole.
Yeah, girl.
You agree with her, saying that our traditions need to be followed here. Lee looks you dead in the eye and goes, our traditions? You've been a member for a week. You don't know shit about our traditions.
Just ego check the shit out of Wei, like, you're new.
The remaining members of the Triad agree. There needs to be an election. Big Smile Lee storms off, saying that if they vote for anyone other than him, they'll all be fucking sorry. Later, Conroy hits you up, saying some shit is going down in your territory and you need to hustle over. You get to the night market to find Big Smile Lee's boys trying to take over. So you show them who's the real boss. But it was all just a distraction. Their real target was the Golden Koi.
Oh, shit.
So you get there as fast as possible when you hear it's in trouble. Conroy asks why this is all happening, and you explain the vote. If you aren't there to vote against him, then he'll be crowned chairman. Conroy's like, can we fight someone other than our own for once?
Right?
You pull up, and it's a massive firefight. You enter the restaurant after taking out a bunch of bad guys to find a man squaring off with Mrs. Chu, clutching her cleaver, ready to take this fucker out.
And she's the hardest one of them all, but Jesus Christ.
He's asking for you, saying he has a message from Big Smile Lee. So you call out to him, saying you're right fucking here. The man turns and advances, saying you're going to work for Lee or your entire bloodline will be stricken from the world.
Ugh.
But this man's biggest mistake was turning his back on Mrs. Chu, who casually walks up behind him and with an effortless swing, buries her cleaver into the side of his neck.
She's so fucking cool.
The man's death does not end the onslaught, and you have to defend your territory using every gun at your disposal, including the grenade launcher you scored at the funeral.
You took that home with you?
Oh,
You're like, you know what?
The commotion brings in the cops, and everyone scatters. You decide you need to recruit Ricky, Uncle Poe's old guard. Make sure he's not working for Big Smile Lee, and head over to his apartment. You try calling Jackie to meet up with you, but his line isn't ringing. You hope it doesn't mean the worst has come to pass for him.
I hope Jackie's like, I'm going to go back to school.
Yeah.
You know, like, I want him to go get his degree.
That art degree that you were joking you were going to go get.
Yeah.
Lee seems to be going after everyone close to you. Fortunately for you, Lee has threatened Ricky's girlfriend in all of this, making him choose Team Wei.
Absolutely. He knows the way.
With him on your side, you know the election will at least swing in the direction you want, hoping this piece of shit Lee will respect the results of the election.
Probably won't.
In the meantime, you get a call from Raymond saying he needs to meet you. You're confused, You thought you had broken ties with the cops after Thomas pulled that shit at the funeral at the 18K.
Yeah, there's no greater, like, firing than the firing squad.
Yeah. Raymond says he's working outside his orders now. Pendrew doesn't know he's meeting with you. Raymond says you've impressed him far more than he ever expected.
Well, Raymond's kind of an idiot. Raymond's extremely short-sighted and is like, are you good? Okay. You don't want to do this? Okay. You're doing more stuff? Okay.
He really thought you'd blow this whole mission. But you've done more to take down the Triad than anyone in the history of this city. So he's also on Team Wei now.
Okay.
That being said, he needs you to quit the whole undercover cop thing and come back to the force. Thomas Pendrew is likely going to declare you a rogue cop if you don't. Raymond doesn't want that for you. If Thomas does that, you'll be on a hit list. He'll probably even let it leak to the Triad that you're an undercover even.
That's fucked up.
As he says this, your phone rings, and it's Jackie. You answer saying you can't talk right now and you'll call him back. But it's not Jackie's voice on the other end.
Oh.
It's someone else, saying they have Jackie and to listen carefully.
Motherfucker.
You'll be receiving some instructions very soon. If you want Jackie to live, you'll follow them to the letter.
Can you recognize this voice in the moment? You don't have to tell me who it is, but
no,
you don't recognize it?
not at all.
Oh, that's scary.
You tell Raymond you have to go and head off to save your BFF. The instructions are just directions to a warehouse on the waterfront. And when you get there, it's an ambush of 18K members sent there to kill you. You leave one conscious enough to talk, and he says he doesn't know anything about Jackie. They were simply sent there to kill you. So you make him give you his boss's name, a man named Ziwei, the head enforcer for the 18K. You track him down and chase him through the streets of Hong Kong, first on motorcycle, then on foot, free running all over town. He leads you to another ambush of about 20 men, but they're no match for you in your superior hand-to-hand combat. You take them out and find out that Jackie is being kept prisoner on a small island outside the harbor.
Jackie is 100% getting out of the lifestyle after this shit. He was on the fence earlier, now he's like, yeah, this is fucking terrible.
You head to the docks and grab a boat to go out and rescue him. But the 18K are waiting for you with boats of their own. So you blast them out of the water and make it to the island where you find a shallow grave and a wooden box resting inside it. You pry it open and find Jackie.
They bury him alive?
He leaps out of it, thankful for the rescue.
Oh.
He's furious, punching the ground, saying he was going to die down there like a fucking animal.
Oh my god.
He should have split town the moment he had the idea to.
Yeah.
He's fucking done with this shit.
He has to go get an art degree.
On the way back to the mainland, Jackie tells you Big Smile Lee took him captive during the firefight at the funeral.
Whoa.
He never saw it coming.
Fuck.
Then he turned him over to the 18K.
What a motherfucker.
Turns out Big Smile Lee has hired the 18K to carry out these attacks all over town, trying to start a civil war within the Sun On Yee.
Fuck. And just to take Uncle Po out so he can make a play for power. Holy shit.
You tell Jackie you still need him. He has to come to the election to tell everyone what happened. It's the only way to get every member to turn on Lee. You don't team up with a rival gang to take over your own. Jackie says, fuck that. He's fucking done with this shit.
Yeah.
He wants nothing to do with any of those fuckers anymore.
Honestly, fair. Just fucking run, babe. Go to Australia. Start over.
Everyone he trusted is dead now, except for you. He can't sleep through the night since he became Sun On Yee, which is ironic because he used to sleep wonderfully, dreaming of the day he would join them.
Oh.
He knows you want to set things right, but he's fucking done.
Mm.
You ask him to reconsider as the election is tomorrow, and he says he'll need to think on it. He was buried alive today. He needs to cool off.
Oh, honey. Yeah, get out of town. Honestly, just be like, fuck your election. Fuck your bullshit. I'm out of here. I'm going to Canada. Maybe it turns into an ad for Vancouver, and the studio can get more money from the government. You know, like, get the fuck out of there, Jackie.
You tell him not to do anything stupid, and you'll hopefully see him tomorrow.
I hope he doesn't. I hope Jackie gets the fuck out of here.
The next day, you get a text from Jackie, saying he has something he needs to show you, so you head straight over. You head to the location he gave you, but can't find him anywhere. You call him, and hear his phone go off nearby. You follow the ring, and turn a corner. to see him hanging from a pipe, guts spilled to the floor like the opening scene of the first Scream movie.
I have fucking chills. Are you serious? This isn't fucking fair. This is devastating.
You run to your friend, fruitlessly trying to rescue his corpse, when a gun barrel smashes into the back of your head, knocking you out.
Oh my god.
You wake up in a dark room inside a high-rise under construction, floor covered in blood, to a voice saying, "Hello, Officer Shen."
Fuck. God, this is relentless. Holy shit.
He introduces himself as Mr. Tong. People only meet him if the Triad needs someone tortured.
God damn.
He pulls a scalpel and starts making little cuts all over your body. You tell him you're no fucking cop. He says that Jackie told him the same thing. He believed in you right to the very end of his miserable little life.
Oh.
The last cop he had in this chair lasted a full 48 hours. Wondering if you'll make it longer.
Oh my god.
If you thought the torture scene in Grand Theft Auto 5 was brutal, you've never seen anything like this.
Yeah, in that, Trevor pulls out a couple teeth. Like, I'm immediately so uncomfortable.
Mr. Tong uses a hammer on your feet,
Blech.
a drill on your thigh.
Jesus.
Between each new method, your life as an undercover cop in the Sun On Yee flashes before your eyes. The pain is so intense, you pass out from it. Now, Mr. Tong hates torturing the unconscious and tells a couple guys standing guard to fetch him when you wake up.
Oh, God.
They figure you'll be out for a while and go to take a break. You open your eyes and dive out of your chair, crawling over to Tong's box of torture tools. You find a sharp one and carve through the ropes binding you, just as one of your guards comes around the corner. You grab a wire and wrap it around his throat, choking him to death.
Holy shit.
Fortunately, you're the main character, so the shattered foot bones and open drill hole in your leg do not prevent you from walking as you make your way to the bathroom where the other guy is taking a piss.
Thank you for acknowledging that.
You sneak up behind him and shove his face into the toilet,
Blech.
drowning him in his own urine.
That's gnarly.
The building is full of Big Smile Lee's men, and your injuries do nothing to stop you from kicking their asses.
Hell yeah.
You even parkour around the exterior in the torrential downpour occurring.
You're parkouring and you're like, for Jackie.
Yeah. You bust your way into a sauna where a couple men in towels are relaxing and beat them to a pulp.
Like in K-pop Demon Hunters.
Winded, you catch your breath as Mr. Tong enters the room saying that he's still not impressed by you. Pulling a machete, he asks, "Now where were we?" Completely unarmed, you fight the torture king of Hong Kong, ultimately driving his own weapon through his chest.
Ugh.
Even with his insides on the outside, you beat his face to mush just to make sure he's truly dead.
Yeah.
Enraged by the torture he inflicted upon you, as well as justice for Jackie.
Jackie didn't deserve any of this shit.
You hear Tong's cell phone go off, and you check it to find a text from Big Smile Lee, saying that when he's done with you, go after Auntie Zhang next.
No!
As if Lee can hear you, you tell the phone, fuck the election. You're coming straight for him. You drive to his compound, where it's surrounded by his men. Even that ponytail fuck is here, guarding Lee.
That motherfucker.
You take them out with fists and bullets, fury fueling your every movement as Big Smile Lee flees for cover. You burst through a door, and Lee fires a shotgun through your shoulder, shouting surprise.
Ugh.
But you're Wei Shen, super cop, and it's nothing more than a flesh wound.
You're like, someone drilled through my fucking thigh. You think a bullet's gonna take me down, bitch? I'm gonna show you how I got these scars. I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Lee sees you advance and takes off running outside and jumps to the rooftop of another building. So you parkour your ass after him, unfazed by the gallons of blood you've lost.
Yeah, that's how Selena passed. So she got shot, and it's not the gunshot that got her. It's that her blood was pumping so much blood through her.
Oh,
Like, her heart pushed all the blood out of her system, and that's why she passed.
Jesus, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, it's, I mean, obviously, it's super horrific. No one deserved that.
No.
But Wei should 100% be dead.
Lee makes his way back to the ground floor and confiscates a boat. You dive onto the back of it and hang on for dear life. Lee notices and aims the boat straight for a floating gas station, leaping from it just before impact as you careen into it, sending a fireball into the sky.
Holy shit.
A minor inconvenience as you swim back to the shore and climb up onto the docks, mildly out of breath.
And that's the worst of it. You're like, I'm a little wheezy, but I'm fine. Also, seeing a fire on the water, crazy.
Big Smile Lee cold cocks you, laughing and calling you a pussy.
Oof.
He pulls a handgun and says, "You're done." He asks how it feels to know that Thomas Pendrew told him you were a cop all along. Dog Eyes was supposed to kill you along with Winston, that useless fuck. Not even Mr. Tong could take you out. Big Smile Lee kicks you, saying he's gonna have to do it himself. He cocks the weapon and lowers it at your face, but you knock it into the water out of his hand as the two of you have a good old-fashioned throwdown.
Good.
The dock is set on fire by stray embers from the explosion. You ground and pound him into submission, then lift his body and throw him into an ice chipper.
Wait, that's so fucking cool. Holy shit.
He lets out his final scream as his body becomes an OSHA violation. You stand victorious as the police arrive to clear the scene. Raymond shows up and finds you being questioned by a uniformed officer. He tells the cop to leave you in his custody. You ask where Thomas Pendrew is, and he explains that he got promoted to Interpol for taking down the Triad.
He got rewarded for this entire thing.
He's no longer a member of Hong Kong PD. You try telling him that Thomas ratted you out to Big Smile Lee, and Raymond says it doesn't matter. He's now a hero cop who saved China from the Sun On Yee.
Ugh.
Nothing you say will change their minds. You did what you came to Hong Kong to do. You took them down. It's a result. Take the win.
It's like the worst win on earth.
You arrive back at your apartment to find a large package on a table, addressed to Officer Shen from Auntie Zhang.
Oh no. Oh no.
Inside is a thumb drive. So you stick it in the computer and open it up to find a video file.
Wait, I'm sorry. You said this was a really big box and all that was in there was a tiny thumb drive?
It's one of those manila folders with like padding.
Oh, okay. I was like, it'd be very funny if it's like an ice chest and there's one tiny thumb drive in there.
But it is a large manila envelope with a tiny little thumb drive.
Way too big for what's in there.
Yeah.
Got it.
The video is inside Uncle Po's hospital room, shortly before he died. Thomas Pendrew enters, and Po greets him as someone he's known for a long time.
Fuck.
Pendrew tells Po he's moving on to bigger and better things, but has some unfinished business first. Po is confused, saying he thought they had a deal. Po turned over the former leaders of the Sun On Yee, which made Pendrew's career.
Oh.
In exchange, Po got to become chairman. Pendrew says that's true, but things change, and he can't leave any loose ends that could end that career. Injecting a poison into Uncle Po's IV drip.
No!
As Uncle Po takes his final breaths, he tells Thomas Pendrew that the only difference between the two of them is that Po knows who he is.
Oh my god.
With video evidence of murder, you feel victorious, saying you got the son of a bitch.
Oh.
The screen goes black, and when it returns, Thomas Pendrew is in an interrogation room, wearing an inmate's jumpsuit. You enter wearing a police badge around your neck. You walk to the camera in the room and shut it off. Thomas Pendrew is convinced he did the right thing. He killed for the greater good of Hong Kong. You, on the other hand, got too deep. Started to care about the very criminals you were sent in to take down. You became their friend. You deserved to get turned over to Big Smile Lee.
Oh, fuck you.
You tell him that everyone gets what they deserve in the end, including him. Is he ready for a life in prison? Because he's right. You did make a lot of friends within the Triad. You also made sure Thomas will be sent to the very same prison as them. And they all know what he did to Uncle Po.
Fuck yeah.
Pendrew freaks out, saying that's not life in prison, it's a fucking death sentence.
Oh well.
He says you can't do this to him. He won't last a day in there.
Whoopsies.
You turn and walk toward the door, saying, that's the plan, as you leave him defeated and scared.
Fuck yeah, Officer Chen.
You meet up with Inspector Tang and thank her for all her help. She's the only cop you could trust through all of this, and she almost took you down herself.
And she's kind of an idiot.
But without her, you would have never been able to put away Pendrew. She asks what your plan is, and you say you're not sure. but Hong Kong is your home, even after everything that went down. She says, sure, but which part of Hong Kong? A limo off to the side is watching the scene. Inside is Ricky and Auntie Zhang.
Oh.
Ricky asks what she's going to do with you. She says that you proved loyalty to her, even after it was revealed that you were a cop. That deserves loyalty from her as well, saying to leave you alone.
Having a cop friend is a powerful friend for Auntie.
The limo drives off, and the credits roll, setting up a sequel that will never come. The end.
Oh.
That was Sleeping Dogs.
Justice for Jackie. What the fuck? That was brutal.
Oh, Jackie meets the worst end out of anybody, and 2 guys get made into soup.
Yeah. One dude has to eat his friend and then becomes the friend soup.
Yeah.
And it's still not the most fucked up death in this.
Oh, poor Jackie. He wanted to get out of the life. But I mean, honestly, anytime a character starts talking like that, you know they're fucking doomed.
Yeah, like, you just sealed it, babe. You're dead.
Oh, isn't that... God, that game just so fucking deserves more, doesn't it?
That's fucking incredible.
Oh, it's so painful. And, like, I'm glad that people have discovered it over the years. Not many, but people have discovered it. And it's genuinely liked by most everyone who plays it.
I think Simu Liu would eat this the fuck down,
Right?
too. Like, he did so much training for Shang-Chi. Like, he could handle the physicality. I think he's a good enough actor to pull it off.
Oh, entirely.
This would be fun. I could see it being like an HBO mini-series.
We can get Emma Stone to come back.
Fuck it. Like, why not?
She can play Amy Anda.
And she'd only have to do 1 episode.
Yeah.
And then she fucks off forever.
Right. Never see her again.
Yeah.
True to form.
God damn.
Well, Goombas, if you enjoyed that, please make sure you've liked us, you've subscribed to us, you comment, you go to our website, theothercastlepodcast.com.
That's theothercastlepodcast.com.
Over there, we have links to everything that we have, including our Patreon, where we do 2 exclusive shows. We have DLCs, histories, movie commentaries, and sometimes we just talk and it sounds a little bit like this.
We are playing around with tiers today.
Yes, we are, the classic tier list.
Of the kingdom.
So you can already see that we've got the tier list started up here. It is for the first 7 seasons of the show.
This is a lot of game. This is the worst S tier game. No, I'll go A. I know it's not perfect, but it's perfect for me and I love it.
You're backing down?
I am.
You're backing
I
off
got
after
no
the
fucking
discussion?
spine.
Our largest episode, Bendy and the Ink Machine. I'm gonna be the worst guy and say C. The gameplay sucked. If you want to hear more, it starts at just $2 a month, which keeps our show completely ad-free.
And now for our patrons. If you are at the free and above level, you got this a day early. If you're at the $5 and above level, you are officially a producer. And we're going to give you a shout out right now, starting with Aaron, Amber, and So Thana Toasted,
Clinton, Daniel, James,
Ryan, Gunnar, Clarissa,
Ellen, Krisha, Molly,
Trenton, Jitsu, Anna Versed,
X of Triforce, Luigi, Oliver,
JCC, Nimitz, Caroline,
and Julio.
Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone for joining us, and as always, this is Tom and Andrea reminding you.
Is it weird that I kind of want soup now?
And don't skip the cutscenes.
Like, that sounds so good.
Bye!